Yes, Vikings game plan is underway, and we have a preseason game coming up. It's the Vikings and the Denver Broncos. Indeed, welcome to the TCO studios. Let's chat with Minnesota Vikings defensive coordinator George Edwards, coordinating one of the best defenses, if not the best defense in the National Football League. When it comes to the offseason, George, what are some keys to tinkering with what's already good to make it even better?
I think one thing we do is we evaluate ourselves from last year and the things that we can get better. We look at the skill sets and the development of our players, especially our young players, and see, with increased playing time and those kind of things, what can we do to more utilize their skill set. So there's numerous things that we work on in the offseason and here in training camp. The fundamentals and techniques are what we concentrate on, but we try to put those guys in the most advantageous position.
Now, you get the Broncos to begin the preseason. I've heard you and myriad coaches mention these games aren't necessarily about the opponent as much as they are about your team. So from a defensive perspective, what do you look to accomplish in this specific game?
Well, it's the first time a lot of the younger players are playing in a live situation in a game. So we want to be able to line up, be able to execute, see them execute. So doing anything complicated as far as a game plan or anything like that is not the number one goal. Our number one goal is to get them lined up where they can line up and learn to play the fundamentals and techniques of what we're doing schematically. And it's more of an evaluation of them being able to handle situations, within the game, which we spent an enormous amount of time on in the offseason and also here in training camp.
A couple of Georgia's key contributors signed contract extensions this offseason. Let's begin with middle linebacker Erik Kendricks. He's led the team in tackles 3 consecutive years. Overall, what do you like about Erik's game?
I like pretty much everything about his game. I mean, Erik he brings a lot of energy every day. He's focused on the details, very technical and fundamentally sound in what we're asking him to do. Has done a good job of communication. I think our guys have faith that he's going to be in the right spot all the time. And just his production. I mean, he goes out there and performs every day at a high level, and that's what we look for out of our middle linebacker.
What about defensive end Danielle Hunter?
Same. I mean, Danielle is not only a good pass rusher, but also a very good run defender. So, just being around him every day and see how much he's improved, especially since he's been here, it's just enlightening. And it hasn't affected him anyway. He's out there working hard every day. And, he brings a lot of things to us defensively, just with his athleticism and his awareness of what's going on in the situation.
Now, last week on Vikings Game Plan with General Manager Rick Spielman, we discussed new defensive tackle Sheldon Richardson. What about his backup, Jaleel Johnson? Second year, how important is preseason and training camp for Jaleel?
Oh, it's critical in his development, and he's really done a great job all offseason, and it's really carried over in the start here at training camp. Just his versatility playing inside, whether it ends up being a 3 technique or it ends up being a 1 technique. He's really, carried over from his first season and has really started to, have more production and those types of deals at practice.
Now, the Vikings in the most recent draft selected Central Florida corner Mike Hughes with their first-round pick. How's he look so far?
Mike's done a tremendous job since he's been here, probably as well as any rookie corner to come in. I mean, he's a young man that really didn't play a lot of nickelback, when he was in college, but, we've put him there, and he's really embraced it and goes out and competes every day. And he's got a tremendous skill set to get in and out of breaks and to handle all the short area movements inside. He's really done a tremendous job there and has picked up schematically what we're trying to do. Now it's a time, going into his first preseason game, first time under the lights, to see his decision making and his communication skills and all those things. So we're excited about where he's at.
Likewise for rookie corner Holton Hill from Texas. Now he's a college free agent. What a physical specimen he is. What do you think about Holton Hill?
Yeah, I mean, you can see him out there at practice. I mean, he really has grasped the concepts that we're doing, can get in and out of break, does a good job covering him down the field, and very competitive. So we're excited about getting him under the lights here in the first preseason game and seeing, just how far he's come.
Now, statistically speaking, the Vikings defense during the regular season absolutely was the best defense in the NFL in many key categories. When your defense is dominating, what's happening?
Ingram, nope. Well played, Kendricks first in. They just attack you like none other. I mean, they read it, they come after you, and he gets the first hit, nothing.
Well, it's a culmination of things. I think it starts, where our guys up front being able to stop the run, our front seven being able to stop the run. People try to get to the perimeter, our defensive backs understanding crack replays and the fits and all those kind of things. And then it just turns into situational football from there. I mean, you see guys communicating all the time, understanding where they're supposed to be, communicating with, the adjustments we have to make throughout the course of the game. And anytime you have all those things and them understanding the situations, whether it's third down, red zone, or 2-minute, whatever those situations are, and that carries over, then they're able to be productive and be able to make plays. And that's essentially what it is at the end of the day.